It's the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Welcome to another episode and production here from the Open Mic Broadcast Network as we get ready to try to dig a little bit deeper. You know, it is our mission to try to bring you some news you could use. Today is no exception to the rule. Follow me on X at the Mike Prince Show. Subscribe to the YouTube channel at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Check out our 24-hour stream on the website at obnradio.com. With all that being established, let us jump right into today's episode. Well, it is saga on top of saga on top of saga from Houston, Texas. Texas Southern were all locked and loaded, it appeared, to announce that Fred McNair, who is no longer the head coach at Alcorn, it was announced yesterday at noon, and he has been replaced by Cedric Thomas, which we saw that one coming. And might I add, a very good choice for replacement. The man is already familiar with the system, had the coaching experience, so Alcorn are moving on down the road. So when you see and hear all of these announcements breaking, you say, okay, now it's just an alley-oop. They'll just sign the contracts, dot the I's, cross the T's, and maybe on Thursday, the announcement and the press conference of welcome to Houston, Texas, Fred McNair. Oh, but wait. You had your Board of Regents meeting, and it was not so fast, my friend, from the board, and they didn't necessarily knock it all the way down. They just deferred the approval pending that everything wasn't quite as 1, 2, 3 ABC from their standard. Now, the circulation is that a couple of the board members wanted more of a celebrity hire, i.e., legendary receiver from the Houston Texans, Andre Johnson. And it's even mentioned that some would like to kick the tires on Ed Reed. As a result, you now have a head football coach who has had an outstanding record in the conference and outside the conference. I believe he has a 55% winning percentage overall and a close to 70% conference record, who is without a job as we speak right now. Now, I know that politics is everywhere, and everyone is involved with politics on some level. Just depends on how deep you want to get into the pool of your involvement when it comes to politics. So now you have a scenario of a bona fide, proven head coach who some will say was kind of playing himself by playing both ends of the road. It's all kind of backstories going on this thing, speculating that when word got out that McNair was still possibly flirting with staying at Alcorn, that some board members took exception, and you have what you have. We'll never know the truth about all those type of things. That's just part of the legend of life. You know, some you'll speculate on this and declare it to be the truth, but we'll never know that part. But we do know that as of the time of this recording, Fred McNair is without a job. Now, do you think something can ultimately be done? We're hoping so, because as we stated, it's not like this is just little Joe from Kokomo who don't know what he's doing. This is a proven football coach. What will be the next move? Is this a reflection on how the board feels about the current athletic director, Kevin Granger? Yes, he did just sign an extension, but everyone wants to get that next splash higher, that next celebrity higher. And in my opinion, although he might not be as legendary as an Andre Johnson or an Ed Reed, this would still be a very quality, and I do mean quality hire for Texas Southern if they stay on the MCNAIR path. But right now, you're talking about someone who has went from sunshine to midnight within a matter of moments. It's got to be Coach Fred McNair. This was a very emotional decision to make, tough decision to make, and Alcorn said, okay, if you want to go that route, we're going to move on extremely fast. And it's kind of nice to a degree on how Alcorn played the spin doctor. They letting it be known, hey, Brave Nation, it was not on us. We offered everything within our budget, within our limitations, but he chose to move on. And so with that, we had to move on. And here's your guy, Cedric Thomas. But who would have thought that only 3 to 5 hours later, we would have a wait a minute, pump the brakes. And that's where we are right now. Man, we had a whole different show lined up for you. And we're still going to release it uninterrupted because with Coach Pettaway and I were on our session, the news had broken about this Fred McNair case. And you know what? We're probably going to release it later on today because it was still some good dialogue going back and forth. But we had to come up with this episode right now because of the latest and the greatest that is going on throughout the Southwestern Athletic Conference, Texas Southern, and Fred McNair. And on that note, I'm going to exit stage left for the moment. But we'll be returning later on today with the original show that we had lined up for you. But we had to insert this one on today. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Don't forget, follow me on X at The Mike Prince Show. Subscribe to that YouTube channel at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. I got to run. My time's not all the way up for today, but it's up for the moment. And with that being said, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.